Hi, Libra. Welcome to your bonus reading for the person that you're dealing with. So, for many of you, this will be a love interest, but it doesn't have to be because we're dealing with so many different people for so many different reasons. So, make it make sense for you and your situation for a person that you're dealing with. I have two tarot decks here, one for clarification. So, let's see. We're starting with the Fool, the Page of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. So with the Knight of Swords being your central energy, I'm seeing that you two are certainly taking action towards each other. You're communicating. It feels like this has a newness to it because of the Fool and the Page of Cups. It's like this is more of a feeling of potential because the Fool is all about potential and the Pages can be about potential. So it feels like this is a person that you're really starting to get interested in here, Libra. Um, but I do get the sense that since the Knight of Swords is falling in between, that even though, or maybe because this is new, because this is a new situation, I do feel this need to take a step back, that you might be too ready to jump into this when you really don't know this person. Because this Knight of Swords in the middle is making me feel a little bit guarded, perhaps. Anyway, there might be a need to see the bigger picture before you make a decision, especially a decision like the Fool, because the Fool, um, if you're making the wrong decision when you're taking a risk on something, then it could really end up being just that you've taken a risk in the wrong direction. So I'm getting that just because this Knight of Swords popped up right away. But let's see more about this. On your person's side, they're showing up as a Page of Cups, which seems like a very sweet energy. But again, you're just starting to know this person. So, but I want to know why this Knight of Swords is here. So the Knight of Swords is being clarified by the Ace of Pentacles. So again, there's this feeling of newness coming through here. For some of you, I'm getting the impression that this could have to do with business. If this is not a love interest, this could be a business contract, some kind of documents that are coming towards you. But again, there's this feeling to stay put. For the rest of you that this is a love interest, I think that this is just reiterating that this is brand new, that this is something brand new, and it's fine to be talking to this person, but it's too soon to be making a leap. Another message I just got was that perhaps maybe in the past you've leapt too quickly into relationships and that this is asking you to slow down. I'm getting that too. So if that applies to you, if you found yourself jumping into relationships in the past and you're feeling like you want to do that again, this is really saying to slow this whole process down. The Ace of Pentacles is a very slow moving energy, and especially when it's something new. So also with this Page of Cups, I just got that this could be someone who's coming back into your life that you're feeling like you want to take a risk with again, that this person is coming back expressing their profound love for you, or that they've turned over a new leaf, or they're looking for forgiveness from you. This could be coming from the Page of Cups too. But let's get more. So we have the Tower, the Queen of Swords, and the Six of Cups. Okay, so this just pretty much verified what I was just getting, that this is someone from your past, certainly, who wants your forgiveness, and you're feeling like you want to jump in, but the cards are cautioning you from doing that right now, Libra. So there was certainly some way that this person pulled the rug out from under you in the past. There was certainly this Tower moment where everything the two of you built, they destroyed it. So this is giving a feeling of trust was broken. And I recently heard an analogy about trust, that trust is like glass. And once the glass is broken, it's really hard to put that back together. It's not impossible. And I just saw 444 as I said that. But it's a good analogy to think of when you think of trust and how difficult it is to put that back together. But that is what I'm getting here. And there was certainly a history between the two of you with this Six of Cups. And because you're Libra, you always tend to want to see the best in people and to harmonize what happened. And I think that there is even a sense of forgiveness coming through here from you. But I also think there's a need here for you to really go inward, to not use your thinking mind, but to go inward to decide if this is really your person or not, or if you're just excited to have them back in your life, or what the motivation is for you to take someone back who may have really destroyed this relationship in the past. Your person is showing up as the Queen of Swords here. So I do get the sense that they either were or are detached from their emotions. When you first came together in this relationship, they may have been coming more towards you in a more detached way. And that may be what drove the decisions that they ultimately made that destroyed the relationship. So make that make sense for you. But I do feel like this is someone who at one point was detached and now wants to come back. So let's see here. Let's see, why is this Page of Cups here? So that's being clarified by the Knight of Cups. So this person is really coming full force with love for you now. So I'd like to see more about this energy, because there could be a feeling here of a little bit of love bombing going on when I see the Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups. It may be that they're turning up the volume a little too loud on their love and romance, especially if they used to come through as a Queen of Swords. But let me see, before I just decide that, let's see what the cards also have to say about that. So there's the Ten of Cups, wow, the Three of Cups, and the Hierophant. So whatever this person used to do that made the glass break, the trust break, for example, to use that analogy, it feels like it had to do with other people, because I'm seeing the Three of Cups. So this doesn't have to do with other romantic relationships. It could have to do with friends or family, but it does feel like there was a heavy influence from other people. And it could have been even people from their past. It didn't even have to be people that they knew during your relationship, but whatever the values they had towards relationships, it feels like they had already made up their mind somehow, and that's why they came to you in such a detached way. What I see here with the Ten of Cups pointing towards this relationship is that they're reassessing their values with the Hierophant, that they're starting to see that they're more grounded with you than they were these other people or this other person or whoever this is. That your person is really starting to rewrite the way they look at relationships and rewrite the way they look at love in general. And there's some healing that has gone on here, I can see, with the Hierophant on your person's side. And that whatever these Three of Cups were for them, if these were ancestral patterns, if these were the ways their parents taught them to love, if these were the ways that old relationships taught them to love, whatever that is, there's been a major shift in the way that they see that. And they really are coming towards you, wanting to give you this Ten of Cups, wanting to bring you joy and serenity. So this Page of Cups that I was side-eyeing a bit may be more genuine than I originally thought, but I want to keep going. But it does look like your person has gone through a major shift in the way that they value relationships, and then in turn, the way they value you. So your Fool card is being clarified by the Page of Wands. You're still feeling pretty optimistic on your side. You're feeling like, yeah, I want to go for this. I want to take this leap. And so you do seem to me like you have released a lot of whatever was holding you back from this relationship in the past. You're ready to release that. You're ready to trust again. You're ready to give this relationship that kind of empowerment that you feel like this is going to be better this time. So maybe you are sensing already, Libra, what I just saw, that your person's values are really starting to shift, that it feels like you're seeing almost a different version of this person. So, but let's see, why the Fool and the Page of Wands? So there's the Hermit, the Eight of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. So, but you're being realistic about it. I think that you do understand that this is going to require overcoming obstacles, that you're not seeing this necessarily just as, oh, everything's going to be fine as soon as we get back together. You're looking at it in a realistic way. That you're saying, I know there's going to be obstacles that we have to overcome because of the trust that was broken, for example. And you know that you really have to face some fears, because when someone came in and sabotaged a relationship or burned down everything that you built together, you may have in the back of your mind with these Eight of Swords that that could always happen again. It very well could, but you're being realistic about that. So I like to see that on your side. You also have the Hermit showing up here in the external energy, which is telling me that you are really using your spiritual wisdom and not your thinking mind to make this decision. So there's a lot of good, healthy energy coming from your side that, yes, you've thought about this. Yes, you know that this person did this to you once. Yes, you know this person could do this to you again. But there's something about this person's approach this time that's making you feel like you want to give this another chance. So the Six of Cups certainly exists between the two of you, which makes me feel like you've known each other for a long time, and that there are many aspects of them that you do already know and do already trust, which may be why you know them so well. It may be why you're able to see that there's a major shift in their energy. So the Six of Cups is being clarified by Temperance. So that again is this idea that this person is really shifting to come into alignment. This relationship looks like it's coming into a serious alignment, and that maybe even the angels and ancestors are behind this. But we did start with that Knight of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles, which is saying, okay, here's an opportunity to start over, but proceed with caution. But the angels are saying, but this looks like it's going to be okay this time because of the deep spiritual healing and transformation that your person has gone through. So why the Six of Cups and Temperance? So there's the Two of Wands, Strength, and the Ace of Cups. So it looks like these two Temperance cups that this angel is pouring together. To me, it looks like it's going into this one Ace of Cups. So this is another feeling that you two are really coming into alignment, and you're alchemizing your two hearts together, that whatever your values are finally lining up, and your person has put their ego aside. Your person has put these old, outdated ways of thinking about love aside, and they're coming towards you in the correct way with the Strength card. You still have a Two of Wands here because you know that you still have a decision to make. We did start with the Knight of Swords. So it feels like you're the Fool in the sense that you're willing to put your heart back on the line, but instead of jumping off the cliff like the Fool often does, it's more giving me a feeling where you're putting one foot into the pool at a time. You're just wading slowly into this pool to make sure that this person is as changed as you suspect they are. So that's what I get from that, is that you're going for it, but you're going very, very slowly. You're going at the pace of the Ace of Pentacles. So, but why is this Hierophant here? That's being clarified by the Ace of Wands. Yeah, your person completely understands that the way that they have done love in the past is completely wrong. They understand that you have to have your heart open in situations. You can't go into a relationship and with just your mind or just your passion. There has to be love. There has to be intimacy. And if this person in the past lost other people or disconnected from other people, they're realizing that that's why. Because they didn't come in with love and intimacy. They came in with their mind and their passion, which is also important, but you need to have all of that, not just some of it. And it's really dawning on them. So why the Hierophant and the Ace of Wands? So there's the 10 of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 2 of Cups. So because of the deep transformation that your person has undergone here, the universe is giving them another opportunity with you, and they are very aware of that. They are very aware that they just got hit with the lucky stick, this Ace of Wands. They just got smacked with the lucky stick, that they're even allowed to come back into your energy. So the 10 of Wands is pointing here because the same way you're looking at it with the 8 of Swords and the 9 of Wands, you're both equally aware that it's going to require a lot of work on your person's part to gain your trust back. And it's going to take a lot of courage and facing fears on your part in order to start to allow that person to gain the trust back. So you're both looking at it clearly in the sense that, yes, there are going to be obstacles ahead of us, but your person loves you more than anything with this 2 of Cups and this Ace of Cups. And they're willing to do the work. And with this 3 of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles coming together on the external side, this is telling me that whatever ways that they behaved in the past with other people, or the way that they addressed love with other people, or even past lovers that they had where they fumbled a past person because they didn't show up the right way, they've really done the work on that, which is verifying this idea that we feel that they are coming back in the correct way. There's 2 10s here that are pointing towards your situation. The 10 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. They know that there's true happiness here in this relationship, but it's going to require their work. So, but I still want to see your side, because the only thing pointing from your side still is this 8 of Swords. You haven't shown me necessarily that this is your true happiness. What you're saying is, I'm willing to give this another shot. So, but I want to know about this 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is being clarified by the 7 of Cups. So again, this feeling that you're not clear. You're not clear yet, which is why you're putting one foot in at a time, one little baby step at a time. You're not jumping in full force. So because you know there's so many obstacles and you're not sure that this person is even trustworthy with that 7 of Cups. You're saying, is this an illusion? Am I seeing this clearly? So let's see. So there's the 10 of Swords, Judgment, and Death. So your person is not the only one who has gone through a major transformation here. You have too. You've gone through a major spiritual awakening, and now I think you are trying to decide between a spiritual decision, which is the Judgment card, or a 3D decision, which is the 2 of Wands. So you know that you can't take this person back the way they used to be, nor would you. But because they've gone through such a major spiritual transformation, and so have you with this Death card, now you can more clearly make a spiritual decision on whether or not this is your person for you. Because I'm seeing the Ace of Pentacles, the 6 of Cups, the Temperance, and the Ace of Cups, I do get the sense on a spiritual level that this is your person, but you'll have to decide between whether or not you want to make this decision on a 3D level, or to really dig deep into the spiritual wisdom that we already see you using, and whether or not to decide to take this person back. So let's see if we can get you some advice here, because I do think your person is showing up as majorly transformed, and that you would be safe to give this person your heart, but that's only if you want to. So the Ace of Cups is being clarified by the 6 of Wands. So again, this feeling that there could be a lot of success here. You could turn these 2 wands into 6 wands if you were to approach this person, because they really are showing up in a very important spiritual way for you now, knowing that they have to do the work and it's not just BS. So, but what is the advice? So there's the Devil, the Star, and the Lovers. Well, this advice feels pretty clear to me that this is a spiritually guided connection, that this divine love between the 2 of you is being activated now because you've both done the work. So whatever transpired between the two of you in the past is certainly in the past now. But, well, let's start with your person first, because your person is showing up with this star energy, which again is verifying that they have done the healing and they are so ready to come in, come correct, come humbly in a way that they know they got to do the work, but they're going to. But you still have the devil on your side, which means there could be a little bit more healing on your side in order to let go of the past, let go of the toxicity that once existed between the two of you. Because if you can let go of it, there is a lot of divine love that's about to be activated between the two of you, magic that's about to be released between the two of you. But it will require you to continue this transformation, your own spiritual journey, so that you can release whatever happened in the past, is what I'm getting. But you, obviously, you have free will. You use your own spiritual wisdom, which you, Libra, have a lot of spiritual wisdom. You have a lot of intuitive abilities. And so therefore, use that to help you decide if you want to put an end to this forever, or if you want to take a chance on this divine love that it looks like your angels are nudging you towards. But again, the decision is completely yours. So that's the advice. So that is your bonus reading, Libra. Please let me know how this was resonant for you, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.